What's going on, guys? We're going to do a little technical analysis on AMD stock. Let's talk about where potentially the stock price could be heading, what we're looking at, what we closed at today, and where we can possibly get in for a longer term investment as well as a trade. So, semiconductors overall as a whole have been a little bit of a lagger. Okay, we've been on a nice little 2 day bounce. AMD, Nvidia, they kind of get their little bit of a boost in the morning, and then it kind of just goes sideways, and then they kind of give up those gains. So again, not only are we moving up on AMD, we did close at $83.75. So obviously we're up, over the past 2 days. 2 days low was 79.43. So we're up about $4, $3.50 on the overall stock. One thing that I do not like is this red inverse hammer candle here. So one thing that I'm going to be looking for going into the end of the week is if we continue to confirm the downside here, and let's just go ahead and put a price level. Well, let's put a mental note for around $83.13, but I'm actually going to put a price level here on yesterday's lows. So if we do decide the stock price does get driven down below yesterday's lows, 82.50, it's going to be an easy short position. Okay, I'm not saying you're going to go get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points out of the stock, but you might be able to get 50 cents, a dollar, $1.50 on the overall move. That's going to be a confirmation of a rejection at the 9 EMA on the daily time frame. You can see kind of going back here to May, we had multiple touch points, multiple consolidations here around this 82 to, let's call it, $85 area. Touch points here, and then every time we got into this zone, we kind of bounced, and then we got rejected and we came back down, and we bounced and then we came back down. So this area was acting as a strong level of demand, but now that we're back down into this area, once we breached it here on the 16th of June and kind of lost it on these lows here at 79, this area is going to be in another area of resistance. So even though we are trading above this area now, it's a weakened zone. So what that means is if we cannot start to build over the 9 EMA and start making that push up towards $95, which is a 20-day moving average here, we will go back lower. So the levels that I'm going to be watching for going into the rest of this week is going to be 82.50 to the downside. I will take a short position, and I will be trying to target somewhere between $79 and $80 on that short position. So I'm going to go ahead and put another price level here just so I can take a mental note when I do come back to the charts and I'm kind of examining that area. Now, I do want to say that once we get into this little tiny zone here, I would expect the price action to be choppy. I'm not saying that it's just going to flood through this 79, break this, and go all the way to $70. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can get in through 82.50 and maybe make a dollar, $2 on the potential play, then that's a great overall trade. To the long side, I'm not interested until we close over the 9 EMA. Okay, I am not interested in going long on AMD until we close over the 9 EMA. Now, if you're currently sitting in a long position now, and you're looking at this for like a short-term swing trade or a day trade that turned into a swing trade because we haven't really lost the previous day's low, then what you're going to do is either use 2 points of reference for your stop, and that's going to be 82.50, or you're going to give yourself a hard max pain stop at 79.43. Now let's talk about a little bit bigger picture from a macro view, maybe for some of you longer term investors. So what I'm going to do now is look at the weekly time frame here. Obviously last week's lows is sitting at that 79.50. If we do lose last week's lows here, all bets are off. The next point of control is going to be this low consolidation bounce area that we had going all the way back here to the end of 2021 into the early 2022, or end of 2020 into early 2021, excuse me. So if we do lose 79.50, I would expect the next point of control to be somewhere around 72.46, 79.50 down to 72.46. So that potential zone is going to be a very, very serious area where I would consider heavily loading in on AMD stock. Now, I understand that we are in a bear market. I do think that this bear market is maybe 60-70% done. So with that being said, it doesn't mean that we're just going to kind of, quickly tag this area in V-shaped recovery. I think this recovery is going to be anywhere between 12 to 18 months. So it could look something like, something like this, where we kind of just hang around sideways, for 6 months, and then we kind of make a nice slow recovery, which is healthy for the overall stock market. Now, I understand the gains are not going to come as fast and as violent, but it's a lot more of a stronger recovery. So for longer term investments, you are looking at a dollar cost average spot between $80 and around $72. If we do happen to start closing and building below $72.46, that is going to be another conversation for another video when we get there. I hope this information helped you guys. If you guys want more information and learning how to swing trade, day trade stocks, maybe you guys are looking for a strategy, definitely check the links down in my description box below. Join the Discord, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys all next time.